There being no calls for a standing vote, Ralph-Nader has won our nomination.
Oh, this is magnificent. Ralph-Nader, Matt Gonzalez, just 47 votes from 89 cast. It's fabulous. Bella DeSoto here, long-term activist. This is what I wanted, the Peace and Freedom Party to go forward.
And you can compare this gathering and the intense concentration on issues and redirections and horizons with the two major parties. And I hope the press that's here will make note of that. And send this message all over the United States, because what we're really talking about here is a drive to bring to people's attention the very rigorously worked out ideas where right down at the grassroots people have got to organize and take control of their daily lives, and then raise it to the state, national, and international level. There's been a lot of talk about socialism. All kinds of people have different ideas and different definitions of it, but I can tell you one thing. Socialism or any other system does not work from the top down. It lays the seeds of its own demise unless we can encourage people to break their routine, to provide more time in their lives for civic and political pursuits. That's the essential ingredient to direct all these wonderful ideas and solutions, technical and social and economic, to the present and future generations who will inherit the earth. Obviously, I want to thank the other candidates, Brian Moore and Gloria Lariva and Cynthia McKinney. I have one comment other than to say that it was wonderful how we amplified each other with more and more details, especially the discussion of health insurance. And you can see each one added something to it, like the 80,000 African Americans who die every year, according to the Surgeon General, because of differential treatment in health care, even if they all have equal access to the health care. So, and all that has to be put together in a very compelling way. I've often said the only place where democracy comes before work is in a dictionary. So we really have to go to work, and we have to really start talking about economic and political changes in language, imagery, visualization, and on-the-ground activity that people relate to. People relate to credit unions, developmental credit unions, where the co-op is owned by the consumers. People will relate to solar energy organizations that are very decentralized from the residents to the community. People will relate to municipally owned public utilities. People will relate to the democratization of credit. People will relate to all these things if these things relate to them in terms of their frustrations and grievances and desires, hopes, and dreams. And when we talk about the American dream, you know my definition of American dream is? Justice for everybody. The great work of human beings. I'm really very much of an empiricist when it comes to social and political theory. I don't like social and political theory that is empirically starved, because that gets people in a lot of trouble. That means they are removed from the people. And so you will see up and down California and around the country quite a redefinition of our political and economic programs in ways that not just use fresh language as befits the 21st century, but also relates to the rhythms and the perceptions and the framework of an aroused public. That is very, very important. Finally, I want to say that all of us wanted to say more, but Deborah kept us on the clock. I thought we were going to have 20 minutes, and then it was 10 minutes, but I guess we can always compress things. But try to engage in lots of conversations, personal conversations, not just internet, with your friends, relatives, co-workers, people you meet on the street, in the buses, in the stores. Really try to do that. And I know those of you who were active in the 60s know that it's those personal interactions, those personal meetings, those small communities, those teach-ins that really rolled it out right across the country. There is no more powerful form of communication than word of mouth, simply because it goes from relative to relative, friend to friend, worker to worker, neighbor to neighbor. And sometimes in an age of the internet, we forget it. So we really have to keep increasing our circle, or as I've said, our epicenter, and move it forward. In terms of the opportunities, corporate capitalism is collapsing. There's no doubt about it. All you got to do is read the Wall Street Journal. And it's collapsing and collapsing our economy with it. And the sad thing is, this might be the most speculatively and avariciously caused recession in our history. Greed is infinite. That's what we always have to remember. Every major religion in the world warned its adherents not to give too much power to the merchant class. And let me tell you, that uniformity of advice did not come from revelation. It came from daily experience. And so we really now have to show people that their life savings, their pensions, their job prospects, the future for young people, and unable to get affordable insurance and affordable housing and these student loan rip-offs that are guaranteed by the U.S. taxpayers, all of these things have to be brought to bear. Thank you very, very much.